Hello and welcome to another instalment of Acting Out, Ireland's only podcast for struggling actors. We're very lucky to have the guy we have on today. You may know him, in fact I'm sure you probably do know him from TV. He's guest presented Winning Streak, and he also played a teenage bicycle thief in Glenroe. I mean that was, it was a while ago obviously. But yes, this week we're very fortunate to have the formidable Barry Cunninglark. I should say that some of the language that Barry uses is a little bit off colour, but that's very much his personality. You know, he's a fiery kind of guy. I should also say that unfortunately we had to cut this interview short because Barry had parked his car on the motorway with the hazard lights on, so that caused a few problems towards the end. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the episode. I hope you take a lot from it. I hope you're paying attention closely to Barry, because he really is an example of someone who came from nothing, had something, and then kind of went back to nothing. And I think the way he's borne that out and has sort of bared that is nearly Shakespearean in its dignity. So here it is, the Barry Cunninglark episode. I hope you enjoy. Barry Cunninglark, you are very welcome to Acting Out today. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you, David. Yes, very good indeed, thank you. It's great to be on a podcast such as yours that reaches out to the common man with the common touch in the world of acting and dramatics.
Yeah.
I would just like to say thank you very much for inviting me on.
It's very kind of you. I know that your schedule was pretty wide open for a while, so it was good that you could fit us. It looks like you got pretty sunburnt there, actually.
Yeah, there's a bit of a heat wave here in Dublin at the moment.
Yeah.
It's up to plus 26 degrees. The acting now was a bit quiet since the pandemic started. Things were, they were looking up for me. I was in a nice little community play out in Coolock with the disadvantaged youths out there, and I brought them in under me wing, so to speak, under me friendly king-size claw. And I brought them in, I showed them the ropes, and now one of the kids has gone on to kin. A couple of the boys, Rhino, Decky, and Azaz, have all gone into little bit parts like for the day, here and there, but it's all about getting the face out there, David. You know what I mean?
You've talked before about the importance of getting your face out there. I mean, you've done ads for mattresses, a lot of ads.
Yes.
A lot of ads in the Midwest, colostomy bags, things like that, because that's how an actor sort of gets their start, really. Do you feel that it's beneath you in some way to be doing ads for walk-in baths in Roscommon?
No, not at all, because every time you are performing, yes, maybe it is an advertisement for a Triton power shower, come walk-in shower, and these are products that need people to sell them. They don't sell themselves. You put a face to it. A face like myself. A man who you can watch me going in, have a shower, demonstrate the functionality of the shower. The gig came in, I got the gig. I was happy with the gig. I got 800 large into my back pocket, yeah? I went and invested and got myself a new Makita power drill. Very nice. Needed that.
I
never lost my roots.
Your dad was
fucking great man. Never hear a fucking bad word said about him. Yeah,
I mean,
fucking ticks.
Well, I mean, he was a man of strong political beliefs. I mean, he
strong, very, very fucking strong, David. And I will not have a wrong word said about that man. The boxing club taking young fellas off the streets, never, fucking great man.
Yeah, I mean, and what's left of him in that hospital bed is, people do come to visit him. I mean, he is obviously under
pillar of the community, man. Pillar of the community, David.
I just want to put it out there. It's not me saying this, but there were some people. I hope don't know why you're looking at me like I'm just So some people in the early 90s who alleged, again, not me saying this, that he
Tread
was.
carefully now. I don't know what you're trying to say, but I don't look where it's going. He's a common man, a good man.
If you if you could just sit down.
Powerhouse Gym, Crumlin. Well, he fucking made that place. I was there when he was painting, decorating, putting fucking dado rails up. And I learnt me trade as a tradesman, part-time actor, full-time tradesman.
Yeah,
That's
you keep
me.
saying
That's
that,
my
yeah.
bag. That's what I'm about, the common touch. And I won't be going, I know what you're trying to get at. There was a couple of vicious rumours that there was all sorts of going on at the gym of a night. Fellas going in there with... He was not the kind of man who engaged in...
Yeah, but like I never said he was. I don't think that was.
I'm not putting words into your mouth, David, but,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, let's steer away from what my old fella was doing.
No,
Look,
that's fine.
you know, you make mistakes along the way. There's no manual with life.
Yeah, well,
You know,
I mean,
there's the Bible there to tell you about, you know, plant a tree when you're an old fella for the young bucks to, as the great book would say. Well, I'm paraphrasing, of course. You know, I got out of all that. Me passion was the theatres, the seeing greats such as Bosco Hogan. The thing is, look, I'm a common man, part-time tradesman, full-time tradesman, part-time actor. I could have gone on the scratch, done fuck all my life. But my passion lies in the world of the arts. But it's a closed shop. I was in Game of Thrones, That way, you know, I loved all that. And after a while, you start seeing merchandise all over pennies on fucking cheeseheads walking around with fucking House of Gryffindor and all this shit.
You tried to launch your own merchandise, unlicensed, with Game of Thrones.
It's called Game of Cudgels.
And can you describe what your action figure was wearing in that?
He's wearing a pair of denim shorts and Shelburne football top, and just carried around the fucking 2x4. And I was basing that off a new series that I actually fucking put into development by RTE, fucking drama, but you know, it was too hard for them. It's about a man called Cudgel, came from Dolphin's Barn, between the canals, eating cudgel. He'd seen enough. Didn't like what he saw in the neighbourhood. Lads selling gear. Fucking Walking Dead lads with fucking sprayway jackets.
I was curious, actually. This is something that we ask a lot of our guests, is if you could choose any Shakespearean role. I mean, I know you've expressed a lot of fondness for Hamlet.
The cigars.
Yeah, but which Shakespearean role do you think that you could really get your teeth into and really inhabit?
King Arthur.
And what appeals to you about King Arthur?
Came along, there was a magic sword, wizard, Merlin, stuck it in there or something. A lot of strong, hard men came along and pulled that sword. They couldn't fucking... One lad slipped a disc, Galahad or something. He was named after the lager that you get in Lidl. Shakespeare, he did a lot of other good stuff, man. Lord of the Rings, brilliant.
So just to get on, I mean, you talk about yourself being a jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades and actor as well. You know, I would consider myself a misunderstood master of the acting. Just don't get my agent to fucking tick.
Your agent Brian, I know he's a lot of people on his books, but he did get you the role of a paedophile in Hollyoaks, which, you know, you did win some attention for.
I tell you, listen, when you talk about attention, I'd fucking daft pricks, right? Couldn't differentiate the difference between fucking real life and what's on the screen, yeah? When I was fucking on a stag do with a couple of the boys, some fucking numpties start shouting, there he is, the fucking lad who non-stop Tarquin in fucking Hollyoaks. I was like, it was a fucking gig, yeah, bleeding tick.
It did unfortunately lead to some typecasting issues because you were cast as a paedophile 9 times over the next year.
I didn't take them. I was like, I'm not taking it. One of them was called Nonce. It's dehumiliating, so it is. One of the saddest days of my fucking life. Found myself on the back of the 18 bus, going through fucking Drimna, shooting up into the end of me flute. I wasn't even upstairs on the bus neither. Like, spent 19 days in fucking Hope House. Came back. I said, that's it now. Tools down, trowel up, spread the muck. Do or die. I don't want to play no nonce. I want to play hard archetypal fucking wise men. Wise men like the cowboy in Big Lebowski or something.
Could you put that out, by the way? Just it's just the studio has a policy.
How do you mean?
Just what you're smoking there. Just I'll lose my deposit. So
fucking thought police, man.
I was watching you the other day in a video that you did for St. John's Ambulance.
Yes, very important, very good. I was playing the road traffic accident victim who had been was playing a delivery man, and I was hit by a bicycle courier and fucking hit me head. And St. John's came along, gave me 2 paracetamol, put a cushion under me head, and took me down the hospital just to make sure there was no concussion. Checked me pupils and all. It was sound. Fucking nice 500 quid in the back pocket. Bought myself a new Makita power drill. It's in the back of the van. The fucking van was robbed by fucking Scaldies, who I know who you are. You'll fucking get the taste of cudgel justice when I catch up with you, because it's got fucking serial numbers on it. It's got Cunninglark engraved on it. Start there on a done deal. Doesn't take a genius to fucking find out who bought it and who we bought it from. And I don't care how many people are involved in the chain of transactions. Well, Barry is going to come and meet some street justice. Fucking stole me van. Bleeding ticks. Fucking Louise Richards. I went into them. I said, I've got a fucking stage play. I want actors in it. They said, very good. We love what you're doing. They walked me out the hallway. They said they'd be in touch. Closed the fucking door after me. Called the cops.
I think the main issue that Smock Alley had was the health and safety that you had.
Smoke grenades. I wanted the entrance. Do you know what I mean?
No, that wasn't really the issue. It was more the UFC ring that you proposed to put up, and the fact that no one on the list was in equity. They seemed to be kind of low-level amateur MMA fighters, and I think they kind of questioned the
Cool boys, yeah, fucking good lads, man. I mean, look, you don't want to listen, man. If you're going making a fucking show about hard lads who go around with fucking tracksuits with Nike Air Max on them, and a picture of 2 Nike Air Max, one propped up against the other. Pregnant women who were smoking. It's a fucking way of life. And you can't get people like fucking Aidan Gillen and the housing minister's fucking brother, Eamon Murphy, or fucking whatever, your man, the fucking love-hate lad, the good-looking lad, fucking... He was in a load of those movies the McDonough brothers did, fucking Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson written all over it. The fucking lobster. What a fucking look in I get for that.
So one I wanted to ask you was, you know, I'm looking. You're a very physical actor. You're 6'7". You're, if I had to guess, Probably about £230, and there's no
All
visible.
bought and paid for, I'll have you know, yes.
Yeah, not there's no fat I can see because you're not wearing a top. But so, I mean, what's your 5-year plan as an actor? Are you going to keep building? Are you going to keep building on your career,
I,
or are you going to keep doing ads for payday lenders and the occasional gay chat?
I did one about no win, no fee legal representatives in English outfit from fucking Stoke. And I was playing a man lifting boxes in the workplace at a warehouse. Put the back out. Ah, my fucking back. No, you can't say that. Ah, fiddlesticks. Just put me back out and they just cut it, man. They cut it. They didn't even have me fucking saying anything. And then when I tried to use that in the show reel, I said to Barry, the agent, I've got that in the show reel. Don't do ads on the show reel. So what can you put on the show reel? Do you know what I mean? Fucking playing some fucking owl lad on a Tesco Ireland advert. I was in Ripper Street as well. I played a dead body in the morgue. I didn't have to do it. That was a handy day's work now. I turned up for fucking the day, got fed, got a few quid, back pocket, bought myself a nice fucking circular saw. Again, that was also robbed with the fucking you know who yous are. And I tell you, if it's not me that gets you, there's someone I fucking know will get you. I want that back.
But tell me how you use space on the stage.
Well, as you know yourself, 6'7", 230 pounds, big fella. Fucking I like to prance around. I like to use I like to use the room I have. I like to go on and take my shoes off and I like to feel the stage under my feet. And I know when I get out there, like I see the light in my eyes, you're in the spotlight, man. I like to use every corner of the stage. And they call me Mystic Cudgel.
Other actors have accused you of trying to put them off during their lines, especially on opening night.
I had a bout of I had a bout of the corona. I think it must have been. And I got into a fit coughing when we were doing the vagina monologues, and don't even know why I was fucking in it, man. Because it was supposed to be about a load of one of the girls, and she had some sort of gastric enteritis or something, and they just fucking said, "Yeah, stick a wig on there, man," and just so I just did a lot of coughing there. So that's a lot of fucking bollocks, anyway, man.
Yeah,
Was banned, never coming back, never going back to the Gaiety. That's for sure.
No, and or indeed Smock Alley, the Abbey,
No.
the Gate, the Galway Arts Festival, the Imperial Theatre in Cavan, which I didn't even know
But
still
yeah, well,
existed.
we did a gig up there. They didn't fucking give us a drink.
Anyway, we'll just end on these quick fire questions.
Okay.
So clear your mind. Do you have a separate dining room for good use, or do you just use the kitchen for everything?
Use the kitchen for everything. The
Yeah.
dining room just full of boxes and fucking wood.
Yeah. Do you own a canoe?
No, but I do have a one-man kayak that I found on a done deal. Again, that was also robbed with the fucking you know who yous are. That's it, mate. Yeah, thanks for having me on. Just want a big shout out to all the up and coming actors there between the canals and Saggart, Tala, Kulak, Blanche, Ballymun, Ballybrack, Ray, Charmount Street, Shelburne, Rings End, Kulak, Ballyfermot, Red Cow Roundabout.
Unfortunately, that's where we had to leave it. Barry had a meeting planned with his mentor, Sensei Declan Ganley. So he had to leave in his BMW 730 Workhorse. That's what he calls it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Join us next week when we'll be talking to Henry Wilson, the producer of quite a well-known Irish soap opera who was sacked from it for gambling on set. See you next time.